more information about the data. Whenever you are storing the data into the data warehouse, then your ETL system should convert the metadata of that data. Metadata means that metadata gives the more information about your data, that is the which type of data it is, then how the data is stored into the data warehouse. Then it also create indexing and searching mechanism to search the data. Okay, so your ETL tool, you are selecting the ETL tool. First you are observing, that is the ability of ETL tool, that is its ability to read and write the data from the different sources, and it store it into the or write it into the data warehouse. Secondly, you are observing its ability to automatic capturing and delivering of metadata. Okay, then the third criteria that you are here using to select the ETL tool is a history of conforming to open standard. That if you are, when whatever the tools you are selecting, then you are observing its background, that the peoples, those who are using that tool, you are collecting the information from that, how the tool is working, whether it is a good to use or not, that you are also observing. Okay, then the fourth criteria that you are using to select the ETL tool is an easy to use interface for the developer and the functional user. That means the ETL tool provides the easy interface in between the developer and the functional user. Developer who developed the data warehouse by using the ETL tool, and the functional user means you and me is the user who are using the data warehouse for our organization. So you are selecting the ETL tool in such a way that it should provide the interface, that is easy interface in between the developer and the functional user. So by considering these criteria, that one of selecting the ETL tool to develop the data warehouse. Clear to everyone? Yes, all of you are there? I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please reply. Okay, so now our next point is data warehouse development. Okay, now we know that the data warehouse is important for organization for decision making. Okay, now whatever the things we are using here, that is we need to use these data warehouse for the proper decision for our organization to run our business properly. Okay, so this data warehouse is very important for an organization because it comprises or it consists of and influence many departments. That means it influence it affect on the organization directly and indirectly. Okay, that means the use of data warehouse provide the direct and indirect benefits for an organization. So here we are discussing which are the direct benefits it provide to our organization and what are the indirect benefits it provide for our organization. So first we are discussing here the direct benefits of data warehouse to use for an organization. So first benefit is allow end user to perform extensive analysis. Now we know that, so in first chapter we discussed the Toyota Logistic Services, which uses the manual business. That is, in this manual business, they are facing the too much problem. That that is, they are facing the problem in the stock chain management, and because of improper management, they are receiving the unhappy customer. So at that time, they are decided to use the decision support system and the business intelligence. So here, whenever you are using the decision support system or the business intelligence, the data warehouse is the very important component for your organization. Why? Because if you are maintaining your organization's data properly, then you are able to analyze that data properly. So when you are using the data warehouse, that data warehouse maintains the data, that is the historical data or the current data or the data that you are using from the different sources, that you are storing in a proper way into the data warehouse. And its a direct benefit is if the data is properly available, then you are able to analyze it properly. So the first benefit is allows end user to perform the extensive analysis. Okay. Now the second benefit is allows a consolidated view of corporate data in a single version of the truth. That means consolidated means the fixed view of corporate data. That means if the all the data are available in a particular place, that you are getting the overall situation of your business in a single view, in a single version. Okay. Now the third benefit is a better and more timely information. That means, just I told, if you are maintaining the data properly, so you whatever the information you want, that you are easily able to access that information from data warehouse at a time that you want. That means it easily available the information at right time. Okay. Then obviously the next one is the enhance the system performance. Obviously, if you have, now for example, suppose if you are maintaining you if you are attending all the lectures, if you are completing your all the assignment on a right time, if you are completing all your practical books on the right time, then that is it enhance the system performance. That means obviously if whenever the teacher asks for the test, every material is available for you. Okay. Because of maintaining everything properly. And if everything is अवेलेबल फॉर यू, देन इट इज इजी टू स्टडी. ओके. अगर हमारे पास स्टडी मटेरियल ही नहीं है, हमने असाइनमेंट ही कंप्लीट नहीं किया, हमने लेक्चर प्रॉपरली अरेंज अटेंड नहीं किए हैं, सो एट दैट टाइम Okay, so here, so if the everything is available for you, the test, then you are easily available to do the study for the test, and you are able to increase your performance. But on the other hand, if the material is not available to you, if you are not attending the class properly, and if you don't have the study material, then at the time of doing the study you are collecting the data, and definitely it affect on your performance of the test. So in this way, when you are using the data warehouse for your organization, if the data is available for you are easily able to analyze the data, you are easily able to take the proper decision for the organization, and definitely it increase the performance, or it enhance the system performance or the organization performance. Then the next benefit is the simplification of data access. Then if the data is you are able to store into the data warehouse, then data warehouse is the data retrieval system. That means it is not like that if you are able to store the data and you are not able to access, but whatever the data you are storing into the data warehouse, you are easily able to access that data by firing the different queries. Okay, so these are the direct benefits of the data warehouse. Okay, ये क्या है, जब आप एक डेटा वेयर हाउस यूज करोगे अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए फॉर डिसीजन सपोर्ट, then these are the direct benefits provided by the data warehouse. On the other hand, that is, it provides the indirect benefits also. That is, indirect benefits results from the end user using this direct benefit. जो डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट्स आपको मिल रहे हैं उससे ही आपको उसका रिजल्ट इज द इनडायरेक्ट बेनिफिट. दैट मीन्स इनडायरेक्ट बेनिफिट्स क्या हो गया, दैट इज इनहांस बिजनेस नॉलेज, देन प्रेजेंट कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज. अगर आपके पास आपका business knowledge, that is it enhancing the business knowledge, means if you are organizing everything properly, अगर आपके पास पूरा डेटा properly organized है, then whatever the information you want, that information is available. That we know that the data warehouse is also create the data mart. That means the department wise subjective information or the department wise information also available for you. Then you are able to extract the information year wise, department wise. Then you are able to extract the information, that is sell record, purchase record, and the profit, year wise profit, and all that. So here you enhance the knowledge of your business. That means you, if the every analysis is available, then you are enhancing the knowledge of business. Then you are able to make the competition, or you are able to make the competitive advantage. You got the competitive advantage, means you are getting the competitive advantages by using the data warehouse. That means you know that that is today's marketing situation, in which there are the different organization came with the different product or the different opportunities in the market. So the today's environment is a very competitive environment, and if you are updating yourself, then you are able to face the competition properly. Then the another indirect benefit is it enhance the customer service and the satisfaction. Now just I gave the example of the Toyota Logistics Services, in which they are receiving the unhappy customer because there is a problem in the supply chain management. Okay, so in which they are not keeping track on the proper from dealers to the distributor and the receivers and all that. So they are not able to provide the proper services on time to the customer, and they are receiving the unhappy customer. But if you are using the data warehouse for your decision support system or for the business intelligence, then definitely it enhance the customer service and the satisfaction. Then it also data warehouse, that is indirect benefit of data warehouse is it's facilitate decision making. Okay, it facilitates it to suppose the for that is the main use or the main advantage that we want to take from the decision support system is we that is, it facilitate the manager to take the proper decision for their business. So it facilitate, that means it gives the present situation of our organization or the business. By considering that present situation, manager is able to take the proper decision to run our business properly or to increase the profit of an organization. Then it also help in reforming business process. Then it also help for the reforming of the business process. This is also the one of the indirect benefits of the data warehouse. That means whatever the direct benefit we got from the data warehouse, it results the indirect benefits. जो हमको डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट मिल रहा है डेटा वेयर हाउस का, उसी का रिजल्ट है कि हमको ये इनडायरेक्ट बेनिफिट्स भी मिल रहे हैं. Clear to everyone the indirect and direct benefits of data warehouses?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we are discussing the data warehouse vendors. Okay. Now whenever you decided to use the data warehouse, then you are choosing the vendors from which you want to purchase or take the data or to develop the data warehouse. So here, whenever you are selecting the vendors, then these are the different guidelines to consider when developing a vendor list. ओके जैसा हमको पता है, दैट इज अवर डे टू डे लाइफ एग्जाम्पल. मैं इसके पहले भी आपको बोल चुकी हूँ कि जैसे भी हमको कोई एक एक्सपेंसिव थिंग परचेस करना है, तो हम क्या करते हैं, मार्केट से उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन निकालते हैं. कि फर्स्ट हम ये डिसाइड करते हैं कि सपोज मुझे कोई मोबाइल लेना है या कंप्यूटर या लैपटॉप लेना है, तो हमको कहाँ से, कौन सा, पहले हम बोलते हैं कि कौन सा ब्रांड का लेना है. ओके वो चूज करने के बाद कहाँ से लेना है. ओके कहाँ से हमको, अभी तो हमारे पास ऑनलाइन का भी ऑप्शन है कि ऑनलाइन हमको डिफरेंट डिस्काउंट्स दे रहा है या फिर उसके ऊपर कोई फ्री गिफ्ट दे रहा है. तो हम ये सब क्राइटेरिया सेलेक्ट देखते हैं कि कौन सा लेना है, कहाँ से लेना है, कौन हमको ज्यादा बेनिफिट्स दे रहा है प्राइस में या फिर कोई एक्स्ट्रा गिफ्ट में और क्या है. तो जो फैसिलिटी हमको सबसे ज्यादा जहां से मिलेगी, देन वी आर डिसाइडेड टू purchase that particular thing from that particular shop. So here also, whenever you are selecting the vendors for the data warehouse, then you are considering these six guidelines to consider when developing a vendor list. तो सबसे पहले फाइनेंशियल स्ट्रेंथ, देन ERP लिंकेज, देन क्वालिफाइड consultants, then market share, then industry experience, and establish this is partnership. Okay, so these are the things you are considering when you are selecting the vendors. Now from this selection, that you got the information, the which vendor is better to develop the particular data warehouse. Okay, so we can collect the additional data from another trade vendors also, that is trade shows and the corporate or the website, as well as by submitting your request for a specific product information. So you apart from this, you have the different sources from which you are able to collect the information about the vendors and which one is the better. That you are comparing all these points. By comparing all this information, you are collecting the data of the different vendor and you are comparing the information, and you are choosing which one is a better vendor to develop the data warehouse. Then you are deciding which vendor you have to select. Okay, then now after you are selecting the vendors, now there are the different data warehouse approaches are there. That is which approach you want to use to develop the data warehouse. Okay, now now just like in software development, वहाँ पे हम क्या करते हैं कि different model select करते हैं, कौन सा model लेना है, and what are our requirement. Based on that we are selecting the model. So here are also the different approaches are there provided to develop the data warehouse. Now here the many organization actually create the data warehouse that is used for the decision support, but here are the two main approaches they are given here. The first approach is the Inmon, that is Bill Inmon, who is oftenly called this is the actually called as the father of data warehousing. This approach is actually called as a father of data warehousing. Now, these Inmon model support, it uses the top-down approach for data warehouse developing. That is, it uses the top-down approach for data warehouse developing, and that adopts the traditional relational database tools such as the entity relationship diagram, and it does not preclude the creation of data mart. Now here, I think everyone knows the top-down approach and the bottom-up approach. We learn, uh, we know these two approach from the programming point of view that we already discussed in the C++. पता है सभी को? Yes? Anybody? कोई बता सकता है मुझे टॉप डाउन अप्रोच और बॉटम अप अप्रोच एग्जाम्पल? यस, एग्जाम्पल सी प्लस प्लस प्रोग्रामिंग का एक एग्जाम्पल दो मुझे, कौन सा टॉप डाउन अप्रोच है और कौन सा बॉटम अप अप्रोच है? मैंने ही पढ़ाया है आपको सी प्लस प्लस, इसलिए मुझे पता है कि मैंने आपको ये बताया है. यस, रूपाली, क्षितिजा is there? Jayashree, all of you are there? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So bottom up approach और top down approach क्या है? हमने ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड कॉन्सेप्ट सीखे हैं.
Yes, ma'am.
So in that कि हमारा जो क्लास है, whenever we are creating a class, okay, तो हम क्लास में हम क्या करते हैं, डेटा और मेंबर फंक्शन को डेटा डिक्लेरेशन एंड मेंबर फंक्शन डेफिनेशन करते हैं जब हम एक क्लास को डिक्लेयर करते हैं, और उसके बाद हमारा नीचे मेन प्रोग्राम आता है जिसमें हम क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करते हैं. ओके, तो क्लास का जो हमारा क्लास क्रिएशन है जिसमें डेटा मेंबर डिक्लेरेशन एंड मेंबर फंक्शन डेफिनेशन ये प्रोसेस होता है क्लास क्रिएट करने के लिए, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी आर क्रिएटिंग अ मेन फंक्शन. And whenever we are executing the program, so first it execute the main program in which we are creating the object, and through the object we are calling the functions. Okay, तो मेन प्रोग्राम नीचे लिखा हुआ होता है लेकिन वो क्या होता है, पहले एग्जीक्यूट होता है. तो इस अप्रोच को हम क्या बोलते हैं, बॉटम अप अप्रोच. इट एग्जीक्यूट द प्रोग्राम फ्रॉम बॉटम टू टॉप. और टॉप डाउन अप्रोच क्या होता है, हमारा एक सिंपल C++ प्रोग्राम मैंने लिखा, okay, that is for any that is largest of 3 number or the area of circle. तो ये क्या होता है, सीधा सीधा जिसमें हम मेन प्रोग्राम ही पहले लिखते हैं, तो ये टॉप से बॉटम में एग्जीक्यूट होता है, तो इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, टॉप डाउन अप्रोच. ओके, so here they are given the two different approaches in which the Eneman model uses the top down approach while Kimball model uses the bottom up approach. तो यहाँ पे देखो, now Eneman model that is it uses the EWD. अब EWD क्या है, मैंने अभी आपको बताया था, अभी बताना आना चाहिए आपको. यस, दीपाली. इंटरप्राइज वाइड डेटा वेयर हाउस. ओके, तो ये कौन सा अप्रोच यूज करता है, enterprise data warehouse approach, and for that it using the top down approach that adopts traditional relational database tool. Which database tool? That is entity relationship diagram. Okay. It does not preclude. Preclude means it does not prevent the creation of data mart. मतलब यहाँ पे डेटा मार्ट को वो अलाउ करता है कि डेटा मार्ट क्रिएट हो. इट डज नॉट प्रिक्यूड का क्या मतलब होता है? प्रिवेंट. इट डज नॉट प्रिवेंट द क्रिएशन ऑफ डेटा मार्ट. ओके. On the other hand, the another approach is the Kimball model, which uses the data mart approach. ये कौन सा अप्रोच यूज करता है? डेटा मार्ट अप्रोच. और ये इंटरप्राइज वाइड डेटा वेयरहाउस अप्रोच. इसमें टॉप डाउन अप्रोच का यूज होता है. किम्बल में बॉटम अप अप्रोच का यूज होता है. ओके. विच स्टार्ट्स विद द टेबल. ओके. यहाँ पे टेबल और यहाँ पे वो डेटा मार्ट अप्रोच यूज करता है. So these are the two approaches, main approaches used by the data warehouse for development. Okay. दो टाइप के approaches है, Inmon model and Kimball model. Okay. तो Inmon मॉडल में वो EWD अप्रोच मींस टॉप डाउन अप्रोचेस का यूज करता है और किम्बल डेटा मार्ट अप्रोचेस मतलब बॉटम अप अप्रोचेस का यूज करता है. क्लियर? Now after that, which model is best? Okay. Now we have the two model. Now which one is the best? Now we know that in one thing we are not getting everything. एक किसी चीज में हमको सब कुछ मिल जाएगा ऐसा है क्या? For something Inmon is good and for some Kimball is good. Okay. But ideally most of the uses the EWD. EWD किसको belong करता है? That is Inmon को. So the ideal data warehouse is the ideal approach is the EWD. So Inmon model is considered. Most of the organization uses the Inmon because Inmon allows the data mart as well. Okay. तो वो enterprise data warehouse की भी requirement fulfill करता है as well as it creates the data mart as well. Okay. But Kimball only create the data mart. तो यहाँ there is no one size fits all strategy of data warehousing. मतलब कोई एक चीज नहीं है जो हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट फुलफिल कर सकता है. For many enterprises, the data mart is frequently a convenient first step to acquiring experience and in constructing and managing a data warehouse. So the data mart commonly indicates the business value of data warehousing. So ultimately obtaining an EDW is ideal. So EDW किसमें है? Inmon में है. So most of the enterprises uses the Inmon approach for developing the data warehouse. Okay. Now after that the data warehouse structure, it actually there are the different types of structures are there. So one of the structure is the star structure. Actually, it's 521. So today we stop here. Next point will continue in the next lecture. So this point is clear to everyone or any difficulty?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So if you mark your attendance and if you don't have any difficulty, then leave the class. Preeti, leave the class.